Here's exactly what happened. The killer persuaded someone to help. Hifumi, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room. That someone they met with, the murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the robo. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion when they were done with him. They shoved him, still unconscious. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of it. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion. So, next they falsified 2 more assaulted. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims. To solidify Robo, the first fake incident was the attack there. The killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack. The second fake incident was the attack. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our mind that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking. We fell right into their trap and started looking. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we were. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of this. He simply got up. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed, and once again, Hifumi had the chance. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray him. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer. That should cover everything that happened. Celeste!
When was the last time they hang heavy around my neck?
Then you admit it?